Hi, this is Mark McCauley. I'm Vice President of Government Affairs of the Nonprofit Alliance, and this is the monthly legislative update. Well, we just had very important midterm elections earlier this week, and it's still uncertain which party will control each house of Congress. It appears the Republicans will ultimately have a majority in the House, but a much smaller majority than was initially anticipated. In the Senate, we may have to wait quite a while, with several states yet to finalize their vote counts. And potentially, we could have to wait all the way until mid-December when the Georgia Senate runoff will occur. Nonetheless, Congress will reconvene next week for its post-election lame duck session. And during that session, there are two pieces of legislation very important to TMPA which will be considered. One is the universal charitable deduction for 2022, which is part of a package of expired tax provisions. You'll recall the universal charitable deduction expired at year-end last year, December 31, 2021, and we're hoping to get it renewed for this year. But more importantly, we need a permanent universal charitable deduction, and we'd like to see it increase from its current level of $600 for married couples and $300 for single filers. Also, Congress during the lame duck session is expected to consider expansion of the IRA charitable rollover by increasing the current maximum annual contribution from $100,000 by indexing it to the rate of inflation. So each year the consumer price index goes up, that $100,000 limit will go up. Sadly, it looks like national privacy legislation will not be enacted this year, even though legislation was reported out of the House Energy and Commerce Committee and could even go to the House floor during the lame duck session, but it's almost certain the Senate will not consider it this year. So we'll be back at it next year, but we have been working quite a bit in both the House and Senate on both sides of the aisle to lay a foundation for consideration of this next year. So stay tuned. We still don't know for sure who will control each chamber of Congress, and we're looking forward to a very interesting lame duck session here in Washington.